maybe quickly go over some careers that might be good for people in the blindness space?
If you Google like what jobs are good for blind people or disabled people, a lot of what you're going to see is like customer service.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the job that I kind of had before the job I have now was customer service, specifically retention. I don't care. I'll throw shade. It was AT&T. They hired me in October, and this was like years ago. They hired me in October. They knew I was blind. I told them I was blind, very, very upfront, which we can talk about the strategy there too. They said, you're going to start November 14th. Okay, sounds good. Got my equipment, got everything. November 12th rolls around. Hey, you're not going to start the 14th. You're going to start in December. Okay, sounds good. December rolls around. Hey, oh man, you know what? It's going to be better if you start in January. Got it. Okay. January rolls around. Hey, yeah, really bad news. We can't actually hire you. I'm confused. You did already. I'm confused. Why? Well, the systems that you need to use for the job aren't accessible. Okay. Well, whose fault is that? That's not mine.
Yeah.
That's yours. You need to figure it out. And ultimately, you kind of learn when to pick your battles in the disabled community. And this was one where I'm like, you know what? They don't care. Right. So they strung me along for 3 months to tell me that they can't hire me for a job they hired me for.
Isn't that illegal?
It is illegal. It's 100% illegal, and that's why I said it was AT&T. Because if you look at AT&T and you do research, they are all over DE&I. They are all over accessibility. Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. I'm like, okay, so you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And the answer is no.
That's most people and organizations.
100%. 100%. I'll tell you right now, rip the Band-Aid off again. DE&I went too far.
Okay.
It went way too far. It's too soft.
Okay.
Because what the DE&I counsel in a lot of companies, I'm not going to say every single one, but for a lot of companies, it's more so about making people feel good. It's not about the actual realistic who is going to be good for the job. Because what going too far with DE&I went.
And you're talking about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So what that did was that made people who fall in that DE&I category feel entitled. Well, then give me the job, hire me. I'm the DE&I. Like, hire me. I'll do the job. Well, no. The fact of the matter is no matter what company you apply for, they're going to look for the best person.
Okay, so you're saying
point blank.
What you're saying is, with DEI initiatives, if let's say you are the disabled job applicant, you're going to feel more entitled. Not every case, but you're more likely to feel entitled.
Sure.
To that job simply because you kind of understand that, hey, I am the disabled applicant here, even if someone else is way more qualified.
100%, because if you look on websites and you read their accessibility statements, or you read their DE&I employment agreement, equal employment opportunity, right? Like all of those things that sort of psychologically makes you think, well, man, I got a shot.
Yeah.
They're going to hire, this is the job for me. And then you apply and no one ever calls you and you're like, well, what was that all about?
Sure. So basically what you're saying is DEI is only really realistic if it's something in your wheelhouse and experience. So,
yeah, if you're not adding value, you're not going to get the job.
Yeah, so you have to be realistic in the sense of like, all right, I'm applying for this job, but if I'm not qualified for it, then I shouldn't feel entitled to this job.
So DE&I, to me, right, when you talk about, hey, we're inclusive, we understand accessibility for these types of situations, to me, what that means logically is they understand, in this case, like they understand what JAWS is. They know what a screen reader is. They know what a cane is. They know all of these things. They know, how to help somebody if they're in a wheelchair and there's like an alternative entrance and exit for the building, right? Like,
yeah,
they know those things. But if you talk to people who preach all of those things, more often than not, they have no idea.
Yeah.
They have no clue.
It's just a buzzword.
It's just a buzzword. And that's what I'm saying. It went too far. It went too far. It went to, let's make people feel good. Let's get diversity spend. Let's get all of these things that are like good on paper that we can advertise.
Well, yeah, just because you see it in the marketing for a company doesn't mean it's actually in the culture of the company.
100%.
And that's the thing. Oh yeah, you'll make the TV commercial and it'll have every box checked, in terms of diversity, equity, inclusion. But then when you start actually looking at the company culture, who's actually hired and works there, it can tell a completely different story.
100%.
So yeah, just don't believe the hype is, I guess, what I would say.
Nope.